discuss Windows application, web application.
Last class we have discussed about what you can say the type of applications
Type of
which we can develop
applications.
by using .NET platform. What are the types of applications which we can develop by using .NET?
Windows application, web
One
Windows
is
application.
applications, web
1 minute, 1 minute.
applications.
One is Windows application. Number two is web application, and number three is web service. Number four and number three we discussed. I think we didn't discuss, but we have given a list as console application, and number four is I think so it's a web service, and number five is mobile application, and so on, mobile application and so on. So among this we discussed first two categories, I hope, right?
Yes, sir.
Right. In first two categories, what we discussed, we discussed what exactly what are the features of Windows application and how to develop a Windows application by using .NET platform. And second, we discussed when we will go for Windows application. Then after that, we discussed about what is web application, how to develop a features of web application, how to develop a web application by using .NET platform. Then we discussed when exactly we will go for web application, and we have seen the application development environments also. So now coming to our discussion, so let's recall the last class. Because of 2 days gap, people might forget the things what happened in last session. Better to recall for 2 minutes. Samikon, come on, you tell me about features of Windows application.
Windows application is a single user application. We have to install it at the end user machine.
Right.
And
Single user.
we don't require internet.
Not required internet connection. Very good. And what is the user interface? Will be there or no user interface?
Yeah, there's a special user interface by name Web Forms.
Windows Form. The name of the
Windows Form,
user
sorry.
interface is Windows Form. Next,
Yes.
how to develop a Windows application by using .NET platform?
By selecting a specific technology and a language, the
What is
technology
the
will be
technology?
Web Forms.
No,
No,
technology.
Windows technology,
Windows
Windows Form,
Forms. And
and the
language
language will be
C
C
sharp.
Sharp language.
C sharp. Next, after that, I have shown you, Windows application development environment. Now again, just you guide me. First, I have to open what Visual Studio.NET. First, we have to open Visual Studio.NET, and after what is Visual Studio.NET here? What is Visual
It's a
Studio.NET?
developing
It is what?
developing environment.
It is a development environment for .NET people, right? Now come on, start project, create Windows
Now
application.
we have done.
Click on.
Yes, sir. The project already exists.
No. I want to.
No, okay. New project.
New project. New project. Next.
Next, we have to select language C Sharp language.
Now first you have to select Visual
Application will
C
be
Sharp. Okay.
Windows Form.
Next, types. Right side is type of
Windows
application.
Forms
Windows.
application.
Here we have to rename and location. You can select and click OK button. With this process, it will create a new Windows application. This process, it will create a new Windows application, right? So now, yes,
sir.
yeah. Now we have discussed that Windows application will have a user interface. The name of the user interface is what?
Windows Forms.
This is your user interface. What do you mean by user interface, Sami Khan? What do you mean by user interface?
We can add something in that.
No. My question is, we are discussing that Windows application will have a special user interface. Web application will have a special user interface. Windows application special user interface name is Windows Form. I hope this is the user interface of Windows application. So people will have a confusion. What do you mean by user interface in general? In general, then what is your answer?
Where user will be able to use the screen and control.
Yeah, right. user interface, because it's a simple terminology, but people will have a confusion who are coming from non-IT background. There is a chance. That's why I'm giving the clarity here. UI is nothing but a window which is accepting input from the user and which is displaying the output to the user. For example, in your mobile, you can see you will have a screen, home screen. You will have, in that you have so many icons. There you will click an icon. That mobile screen is nothing but user interface. Similarly, Windows application is also having a similar a special user interface. That name is Windows Form, that you can decorate according to your requirement with the help of controls. So here you can see there are various controls you have based on, let's say I drag and drop a control called button, and I drag and drop a control called label, and here I have written some code here. Here I have written some code I'm writing. See, I'm decorating according to our requirement. Here I am writing some code. Just I want to show you the Windows application development environment. Here you can see writing some code. Don't try to understand what is this code, because coding is, we didn't understand coding, but welcome to Windows apps called Windows applications, and just want to see the environment. That's it. Want to try to understand the Windows application development environment. Now you can observe now your application you are running, and immediately you can observe here your application is going to execute. Okay, so right, you can see your application OP, user interface output, is displaying, and whenever you click the button you are getting some output called welcome to Windows application. You have written the logic like this. Similarly, existing Windows applications are MS Office, Notepad, CalC. These are all Windows applications only. And let's open CalC and let's check what exactly it is. CalC, you can observe CalC is the Windows application which is provided by the Microsoft with our operating systems. So it is the application which you are created. It is the application which is provided by the Microsoft. You can observe both are what you know, Windows applications only. Close button, maximize button, minimum button. Here form name is form1. Here form name they have given as a calculator. Here you have one button, one label. Here they have having so many buttons, and they may have, you can see you entered 585 plus 5 equal to some application is having logic. So tomorrow we can develop this application with our own hands. In this way we can say that Windows application will have a special user interface. And if we want to know when we will go for Windows application, we can say that what we can say here, when we will go for Windows application means, what is your answer? Pramod, the Kalyani.
When we need a single user application and
Right.
and when we records or
Right. Whenever the application should be available for only one user at a time, we will go for Windows application. Any business accounts application, any shop sales and stock application, we can go with what? Windows application. That is about Windows application, and later we discussed about last class web application. Okay, just it's recalling about last class, because next topic is CLR architecture. Once the topic is completed, tomorrow maybe we are entering into our programming language called C#.NET. Now let's try to understand the features of web application here. Right. Uma, give me the features of web application. Right. Sravanti, give me the features of web application.
Web application is a multi-user application.
Very good.
For access web application, internet is required.
To consume a web application, end user required internet connection.
Required.
Should be installed at a remote server.
remote web server.
server, and we'll have a user interface called web page or web form. Web page or web form. Right now, yes, right. How to develop a web application? Shiva, how to develop a web application?
By using one technology called ASP.NET and one language is called C#.NET.
Right now, come on, create a web application, new project. What is the language? C#, technology,
C#.NET.
technology,
Dot.
ASP.
ASP.NET.
Okay. With this process, a new ASP.NET web application is going to create, and we are entering into web application development environment in .NET. And the web application will have a special user interface. That special user interface is called web page or web form. Now, the web application is a collection of web pages. It may contain collection of web pages, and after that day I have shown you how to add a web page, and after that we designed that web page with collection of controls, and we have written one line code, and we have executed, and we have seen, and we are experienced with the web application development environment. Okay, now your web application is created. Your application name is web application 2. And if you want to add a new web page also, I've shown you that day, open Solution Explorer. Your coding is not started, just want to show you the web application environment. We want to add a web page, right click here, add new item, your web page. You are going to add a web form 1.aspx here. Web form is the page name, .aspx is the extension. Now click add. With this process, your page is added to the Solution Explorer. What is a Solution Explorer? Everything you will get clarity once we enter into programming. After that, your web page, you can set it as start page. Right click, set as start page. So this is, after that you have to check your web page design. Yeah, page name is what? Web form 1. Extension of the ASP.NET web page will be .aspx. And now again same way, toolbox window, drag and drop the control button, and drag and drop a control called label, or whatever you want, that depends upon your requirement. Drag and drop. Now you are writing again logic, same way how you have written label 1 dot text equal to welcome to web application. Welcome to web application. Right. So now you guys, you can observe compilation and execution. Compilation and execution. Now your web application is going to run. Your web application is going to run by the server, and web application output is given by the browser. Your browser will display your output. Now you can observe in the browser it's showing localhost, means your local server, and this is your page name. About all these things I'll give you the clarity at the time of ASP.NET training, but just for us, when you click the button you can see you're getting output called welcome to web application. And when we will go with web application, we discussed on that. When we will go for web applications as a developer, now, right,
And it is a multi-user.
whenever application should be available for multiple users, we'll go for a. This was completely about last class, because last class is connected with today class. That's the reason we went back. Now we are going to discuss about third category of application called console application. Third category of application called console application. Now let's try to understand about features of console application. And next we have to understand how to develop a console application. Next we have to understand when we will go for console application. Right. Now features of console application. Right. Urmil, can you right, next Bhushan, features of console application. What is a console application? What are the features we have? Right. Next, Sri Harsha, features of console application.
Console application is a command line application
Mm,
where we don't need the user interface, which
mm.
usually the user interface reduces the performance. So using console application will improve the performance.
Again, repeat what is that you said. What are the point? First point, console application is a
Command line application.
okay. Next,
No graphical user interface is available in the console application.
okay. Next,
And this improves the performance of an application.
okay. Right. Right. Now, yes. Right. Okay. Yeah. Let me explain in simple way. Console applications are same as our Windows application. Same to same. Same to same means here also single user should be installed at end user machine, should be installed same as Windows application, almost same, should be installed at end user machine, not required internet connection, not required internet connection, not required. It is a single user application, end user, it should be installed at end user machine, end user not required, end user not required internet connection. Okay, so but only one difference is, that is Windows application will have a special user interface, but console application will not have any special user interface, which will accept input from the user, which will display output to the user by using what window? Command prompt window. Nothing but the window is called console window. Which will accept input from the user, which will display output to the user by using command prompt window. That is nothing but console window. So finally you can say which will accept input from the user, means it will not have any special user interface. But even though special user interface is not there, but compulsory an application should accept input from the user, should display output to the user. For that, in console application, that user interface is nothing but command prompt window. That window is called console window. Due to that reason, these applications are called as console application. Command prompt window, if anybody doesn't have the idea, I'm showing you CMD run. You can see I'm opening run window and there I'm typing CMD. It will open command prompt window, this window. This is the window we will use to get the input to display output in console applications. That window is called console window. That's why these applications are called as console applications. Right. So here now anybody can repeat the points. Anybody, right? Any one person has to
Sir,
repeat the
can I
points.
repeat this
Right,
question?
repeat. Come on.
It's a single user.
Right.
Console
Bhushan,
application
come on,
is a
carry on.
single user application.
Bhushan, let him speak.
Install it.
Bhushan.
Yeah.
Install it the end user.
1 minute. One person when he is talking, when I'm talking, addressing one person, remaining people just respond through chat better. Now, Bhushan, carry on.
Yeah. The console applications are single user applications, and the console application will not have any specific user interface, and the input and output will be within the command prompt. And also to consume a console application, end user does not require any internet connection.
Right. Right. Okay. Very good. Next. It will not have any special
User interface.
user interface, but where will be the input and output? How will be the input and output?
Within the command prompt window. Prompt window.
Command prompt window. That command prompt window other name is what?
Console window.
That's why these applications are called as what application?
Console application.
What is the difference, Neha? What is the difference you are identified between console application and Windows application?
Windows application need an internet connection, whereas console doesn't need an internet connection.
No. Both doesn't require any internet connection, but only the main difference is Windows application will have a special user interface. Console application will not have any special user interface. That is the main difference. Next, how to be active all the people in the class. Otherwise, I will execute the last batch recording 1 or 2. I will share you. See who are active in the batch and what is today result also, because who are very active in the class got jobs already. Now yesterday also I got calls. I got job. One girl called Uma. Last batch also Uma. Last batch also one girl was a Rajnikar. Are you there? Old student. Rajnikar. Yes. Yeah, Uma got job. Out of 4 interviews, she selected in 3 interviews. Okay. Rohini got job. First interview she got job. Almost reached with finals. Last time they are very active. Last time.
Yeah, Rohini.
Sammy, did you remember these names?
Yeah, I remember those names, sir.
Yeah, you are also old student. That time who are very active in the training out of all the people?
Yeah, Uma was.
Housewife, 15 years gap after 2000. 2000 before she done graduation. Now she was from first day to last day, she was active in the training. She didn't miss much sessions, I observed. Very sincerely doing every assignment like a school people. And she got called yesterday. She attended 4 interviews. Among 4, she got selected in 3 jobs. And so that Rohini also very active girl. She got first interview. Reet was almost, she is in 3-4 interviews. She is almost in finals. Okay, so see, that's why I'm telling you, be active in the training. Okay, next, how to develop console application. I will give you the videos 1 or 2. You can see people who are active and what is the result today. Okay, how to develop a console application. Whenever you want to develop any application by using .NET platform, how to develop a console application by using .NET. 70K Uma salary, 70K now. And to develop any application, you need one technology, one language. So to develop a console application, we need one technology called console technology, name itself console technology, and language called C#.NET. And language called C#.NET. Now I am going to show you the console application development environment for all the people. You can observe, right? I'm opening and file, new project, file, sorry, right? Yeah, file, new project, language is C#, type of application is console. Okay. Now you entered into your console application. Here you don't have any user interface, no controls, nothing. I'm writing some code here. Don't try to understand the code because you can't. Now welcome to console application. Welcome to console application. Now welcome to console application. Any disturbances are there, immediately mute yourself, because at a time I can't observe each and every person and I can't mute you immediately. Okay, right here I am writing code because maintaining the class decency is responsibility of every student, because the recordings also your property. Right, compilation and execution. Right, now you can see your output is getting in one window. That window is called console window. You can see here I am entering some input and it is displaying some output. Finally you can say it is having a user interface but not special user interface. It is using the existing command prompt window as a user interface. That's why we will call it as no user interface based application, and it's taking the help of console window as a user interface. That's the reason these applications are called as console applications, right? So have you seen these console programs anywhere? Let me ask you next question. When we will go for console application? 2 minutes time I'm giving you. It's a very valid question. You know the answer, and just to think 2 minutes.
To develop
I should have
programming.
To learn.
right. So now you guys can answer. I'll ask the question to when we will go for console application, right? Giri, any idea? Giri, next Poonam, any idea? Next Pandu, any idea? Pandu, right? Next Kalyani.
Yes, sir, to develop the programming language or to learn the programming language more.
Very good, very good. So actually, whether you remembered or not, have you seen console application in your academics, guys? Shravya, have you seen console application in your academic anywhere?
While we are learning C language.
So actually, you have written C programs. Those programs are console programs only. After that, whenever you see, guys, even the C++ programs, whatever you have seen, console applications only. But actually, you remembered, if anybody went for Java classes, or if anybody are in Java, Java course sometime, you can observe according to your academic also. You can observe using Java, you can develop various types of application called Windows application, called web application and so on. But even though the people, to become a Java expert, first you should learn a language called Java language. To learn this language, to teach you language, to make you good in this language, they were teaching the first 2-3 months training. They will give you the programs, what applications they will give you. Console means they are training you in Java language with the help of console application. Finally, you can say very simple point, that is, when we will go for console application means simple, to learn a programming language, like C#.NET or VB.NET or Java or any programming language will take the help of console application. Then immediately here we should get found out why we are preferring console application to learn a programming language. Anyone?
To improve the performance of the program where the user don't have to interact with the mouse.
Very simple answer is easy to learn. Because if you will take any other type of application like Windows application or web application, again you have to understand about the technology, GUI based technology, about control, about user interface. But here no, it's a lightweight programming. Lightweight programming means very simple, one code window, one console window, no more other windows. Easy to learn a programming language with the help of console application compared with other type of application. Due to that reason, the console application main purpose is what you know, to learn a programming language. Now tomorrow onwards, to become a .NET expert, we have to learn a programming language. To become a .NET expert, we have to learn a programming language called C#.NET. That also we are going to learn with the help of console application. So tomorrow once we started programming, every day we'll write programming by using what application, you know, console application. That is the story about this. Now, yeah, so what console applications are same as Windows application, but only one difference is what is that? User interface. Console application will not have any user interface. And when we will, how to develop a console application with the help of console technology and C#.NET language. And when we will go for console application to learn a programming language like C#.NET and Java. These are all about the types of application which we can develop by using .NET platform, not exposing web services and mobile application because it is unnecessary confusion for you people. Right. Now next to come back to our discussion, the next topic is CLR architecture. CLR architecture. Right. Now 7. Now can you tell me
Yes, sir.
what is CLR? Be all of you guys, be like a child when you are learning, be like a professional when you are working, and you should have that excitement when you are learning, then only you can learn something else. Second thing is, after coming to my classes, learning programming you should not have, only you should have the patience. You should give some good time for me. No doubt I'll make you a good programmer. No doubt you rock in the industry, which I observed in India and US. What is that, US job getting is easy, job losing also very easy. So ultimate, you have huge amount of jobs and huge number of jobs, huge amount of money is there in US in IT industry. Only one thing is you should have good subject, I'm sure. Here I observed my students are attending with 3 to 5 years experience in India. They are getting jobs in 3 to 5 interviews. In US, I observed with the last batch, the people got the jobs in first and second interview itself. So you all will be in jobs once I close my training within 15 days to 1 month, you will be on job. I'm sure about that. I'm giving guarantee. But only one thing is your sincerity, regularity, and your dedication is very important. Okay, right? You will not feel anywhere difficulty. I'm sure the training when we'll go in depth of the subject, you will feel very so easy about the concepts. Programming especially will not feel difficulty. I'll make you like that. I designed the courses like that. Now coming to the CLR architecture, what is the CLR?
It's a common language runtime.
Common language runtime. It is a .NET execution engine. It is a .NET execution engine. The role of the CLR is what? Executing the applications. CLR stands for Common Language Runtime. It is a .NET execution engine, and the role of CLR is executing the applications. Tomorrow somebody will ask a question, what is .NET execution engine? Answer, CLR. What is CLR stands for? Common Language Runtime. Third question, what is the role of CLR? Executing the .NET applications. Here you have to understand one important point. The main role of the CLR is executing the .NET application, but CLR will provide so many other services. CLR will provide so many other services such as code management. CLR other responsibilities, that is code management, memory management, exception handling, multi-threading, security, debugging, and so on. All these are also responsibilities of the CLR. Main responsibility of the CLR is executing the .NET application, and remaining will be managing the code, nothing but code management, managing the memory, nothing but memory management, error handling, nothing but exception handling, providing multi-threading, nothing but multi-threading, providing security, providing debugging, tracing the errors line by line. These are all the responsibilities of the CLR. What is the main responsibility of the CLR, Shravan? What is the main responsibility of the CLR? Executing the
.NET application.
Executing the application. What are the other responsibilities of the CLR? Number 1, other.
Code management.
Code management. Number 2.
Code management.
Memory management.
Number 3.
Memory management.
Number 3. Exception. Number 4. Multi-threading. Number 5. Security. Number 6. Debugging. Now repeat all the responsibilities. Uma, come on. Repeat all the responsibilities of the CLR. Uma.
The responsibility
First two.
executing the .NET application.
Okay. Second.
Code management.
Third.
Memory management.
Fourth.
Exception handling.
5.
Threading.
6.
Security.
7.
Debugging.
And so on. Every responsibilities of the CLR will be representing in this CLR architecture diagram as a one component. Every responsibilities is representing with one component here. It is a diagram of CLR architecture. So it is representing with 11 components. One is class loader, two code manager, three JIT compiler, four garbage collector, five exception manager, six thread support, seven type checker, eight COM marshaller, 9 security engine, 10 debug engine, 11 base class library support. So these are all the 11 components are representing the 11 responsibilities of the CLR in .NET. Now, yes, Vinil, come on. Number one, first component is what?
Base
Class loader. Class loader.
Two. Shravya, two.
Code manager.
Code manager.
Three, Shravya, continue.
JIT compiler, garbage collector, exception manager, thread support, type checker, COM marshaller, security engine, debug engine, and base class library support.
Every component is representing the one responsibility of the CLR. For example, class loader. Class loader, see, this topic you may not understand in depth because here whatever components and whatever responsibilities of the CLR is one topic in .NET. So here exception manager, exception is this topic. Thread support is one topic. Thread support is one topic that will take 2-3 days. Similarly, next to multi-threading is 2 days topic. Security is 2 days topic. That's the reason here I can explain only one line. It will provide this. It will provide this. It will provide this. It will provide this. Final understanding is all these responsibilities of the CLR. That understanding is important. But how it will provide, what it will do, that you can't understand now, because that we will see in the topic. Memory management is one big topic. In OOPS, every day we'll see the memory management. Code management, error handling is a big topic. So every service is one topic in .NET that will come on that day that you can understand. Today don't expect that what is exactly how security. You can't ask me and I can't explain also. That you can see once we enter into programming, and all these topics will come under our training. Now come back to our discussion. Let's start with first component, class loader. The duty of the class loader is it loads classes from application to CLR. Means what? When you develop an application by using .NET platform, you will use a language called C#.NET. C#.NET is an object-oriented programming language. Due to that reason, your application or program is a collection of classes. So whenever you run the application, those classes will be loading from application to CLR because CLR has to execute the code. So finally you can say class loader which loads classes from application to CLR. That is the first responsibility. How it will load? There we will have a topic called class loading system in OOPS. There I will show you how it will load. But up to that, you remember the responsibility of the class loading is CLR. On behalf of CLR, class loader will take care about that. Number 2 is code manager. Simple. It will manages the code. How it will manages? We have to see. It will manages the code during execution. Next, coming to third component is JIT compiler. JIT stands for, already we discussed. JIT stands for just in time. And what is the role of JIT compiler? In .NET application execution process, we discussed about this component. What is it?
It will convert MSIL into. It will connect MSIL code to
native code. That is the role. Next, coming to the garbage collector. Garbage is nothing but wastage. So garbage collector will perform the memory management in .NET. Memory management is allocating the memory, deallocating the memory. For example, I am arranging a training. Whenever student will come, my office boy will arrange a chair. Whenever student leave the class after training, he will remove the chair. That is called, when he is arranging the chair is called allocation. When he is removing the chair is nothing but deallocation. Like garbage collector will perform memory management in .NET, which will allocate the memory, which will deallocate the memory. How it will allocate and deallocate is a topic called memory management in .NET. But up to that, you remember one thing, in .NET memory management, who will perform the memory management? The answer is garbage collector. That garbage collector is the part of the CLR. Okay. Now next, exception manager. Exception is nothing but error. Error handling. Error handling is nothing but exception handling. That exception manager will provide the error handling facility for .NET applications. Now thread, multi-threading. What is thread? Why thread? How thread? All these things we'll see in threading concept. But up to that, you remember, which provides multi-threading support for .NET applications, which provide multi-threading support for .NET applications. Okay. Now type nothing but data type. It will perform strict data type checking. It will perform, that is nothing but related to a topic called type conversions, typecasting. Okay. So that is this up to year 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's recall one more time. Now, Shivakumar. Okay, tell me one by one. Shivakumar. Number 1, loader.
First one is class loader.
Everybody should be alert in the class. Don't miss a second. 1 second, because it's not 1 person time. It's 20 members time. Class loader. Shivakumar. Which loads? Which loads?
Which loads the class.
Yes.
The classes.
I'll give you the point. All of you guys remember which loads classes from application to CLR. When we execute the program, class loader will load the classes from application to CLR. CLR. Here you can have a point which loads classes from application to CLR. Right. Second point. Sravanti, second. Code manager. Code manager, which manages the code. Which manages the code. Which manages the code. Okay, code. Right. Next, yes. Manages the code. Next, third component is Neha. Are you getting voice now? Neha, still you have a problem. Neha, now okay? Neha, are you getting?
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. JIT compiler. JIT compiler. JIT stands for what, Kalyani? Just in
time.
compiler.
Just in time, sir.
What is the duty of JIT compiler? Which converts?
MSLI into
native code. Pandu. What is the role of garbage collector? What garbage collector will do? What garbage collector will do? It will perform the memory management. It will perform the memory management. Now, exception manager. What exception manager will do? It will provide the error handling. Support. Thread support will provide what?
multi-threading.
Multi-threading.
Type checker. Type checker will do what? Which performs strict data type. Strict data type checking. Right. Class loader, which loads the classes from application to CLR. Code manager, which performs the memory management. And next, coming to what I can say, coming to what is that JIT compiler, which performs strict data type. Sorry, JIT compiler, which converts MSL code to
native code.
What is MSIL code?
Yeah, that is MSL, Microsoft Intermediate Language Code. In .NET application execution process, on that day we discussed, language compilers will convert high-level language code into MSL code. And by only CLR can understand only MSL code. Just read this material, you will understand. Now, 1 second, guys. Hold for 1 second. In your book, you also go through it. 1 second, I am getting one important call. Let me check. Now, guys, you can observe. Let's recall class loader. What is this class loader? Will do what? Loads the classes from
Code
applications to
code manager. Code manager will do what? Manages the code.
manage the code during execution.
Compiler, what it will do?
Will
Convert
convert
One person. Garbage collector. Now, Shravan, garbage collector.
management.net.
Perform the memory management. Exception manager. Exception manager.
Error handling.
7. Exception manager. Error. It will provide error handling. Support. Thread support. Neha. Thread support.
Multi-threading support for .NET.
Providing multi-threading support. Type checker, which provides coming to the COM marshaller. COM stands for Component Object Model. COM stands for Component Object Model. COM stands for Component Object Model. It is one of the Microsoft traditional technology. COM is one of the Microsoft traditional technology. Using COM, we can develop reusable components. Using COM, we can develop reusable components. So COM is one of the Microsoft old technology. Before .NET, we have COM. COM, C-O-M, Component Object Model. Using COM, you can develop reusable components. Reusable components means actually DLL files. .dll. .dll stands for Dynamic Link Library. So when you develop a DLL, the DLL can be consumed in n number of applications. For example, you developed a calculator DLL, and that means Calci DLL. That Calci DLL is having a functionality called calculations that you can consume from n number of application. In any application you need Calci functionality, then you can do what? You can consume the Calci DLL. It is one application which is consuming Calci DLL. This type of DLLs are called as reusable components. That reusable components we can develop with the help of COM. So COM marshaller is doing what which is allowing the .NET applications, to consume the COM components, means .NET, you are developing a .NET application. So already you have one DLL. The DLL is Calci DLL. C-A-L-C .dll. Calci DLL is the DLL developed with the help of COM, which will give the functionalities of calculator. But here you are developing a .NET application. But .NET application, your requirement is Calci. Here you have a Calci user interface. This user interface you developed with the help of Windows Forms. But again here you don't require to write the logic. Just add this DLL, consume this. Then your .NET application is consuming the COM DLL, COM component. Finally, this is supporting by the COM marshaller. That's why we can say that COM marshaller allows .NET applications to consume COM components. Finally, you can say COM stands for Component Object Model. Is a Microsoft old technology. Using COM, we can develop reusable components. COM marshaller allows .NET applications to consume the COM components. Right, that's it. So now, Shravya, repeat what I said. COM marshaller.
COM stands for Component Object Model.
One person. Shravya, come on, you carry out. COM stands for?
COM stands for Component Object Model. It allows the .NET applications to consume the reusable components, which are called as COM components.
Very good, enough. Right. Next, coming to the security engine. Security engine will provide the security, various types of security to .NET application. It will cover under security topic. Debug engine. Debugging is nothing but tracing the error. After you compile the program, you are going to executing the program. The execution is called debugging. The debug engine will provide various type of debuggings, line by line debugging, method by method debugging, that all the debugging facilities which are there in .NET are provided by the debug engine. Now, base class library support. Base class library support is providing predefined class library support for .NET applications. Predefined class library support for .NET applications. As part of .NET Framework architecture, we discussed that layer 4 is representing the, layer 3 is representing the BCL, base class library. So that base class library is nothing but collection of predefined classes. That predefined class library support is providing by this component. Finally, we have 11 components. Number 1, class loader, which loads the classes from application to CLR. Number 2, code manager, which manages the code. Number 3, compiler, which converts MSL code to native code. Number 4, garbage collector, which will perform the memory management. And exception manager, that is providing error handling. Thread support, which is providing multi-threading. Type checker, which performs strict data type checking. COM marshaller, which allows .NET applications to consume COM components. Security engine, which provides security. Debug engine, which provides various debugging facilities. Base class library support, which provides predefined class library support for .NET applications. So all this explanation is there in the bottom of your notes, you can observe. Next topic is CLS. Next topic is CLS. CLS stands for Common Language Specification. CLS stands for Common Language Specification. .NET is the platform is supporting for multi-programming languages. Due to that reason, Microsoft has given CLS. CLS is a set of common language standards. CLS is a set of common language standards defined by the Microsoft for all .NET languages. That means CLS is a set of language standards. Language standards means every .NET language should be object-oriented programming. Every .NET language should support multi-threading. Every .NET language should support exceptionally. Like that, they have given some standards in CLS. That's why I said CLS is a set of common language standards defined by the Microsoft for all .NET languages. Every .NET language has to follow the CLS standards. Tomorrow, if you will introduce your own language called A++, and if A++ is following the CLS standards, then you can approach the Microsoft. Microsoft will check all the standards. Microsoft will check all your standards. All your language standards will compare with the CLS. If your A++ is qualifying with all the CLS standards, then tomorrow what will happen? It will recognize as .NET language. That day onwards you will call it as A++.NET. That means language recognized as .NET language. Finally, we can say CLS stands for Common Language Standards, Common Language Specification. It is a set of common language standards defined by the Microsoft for all .NET languages. Every .NET language has to follow the CLS standards. Whenever a new language will want to become as a .NET language, it has to qualify the CLS standards. Next topic, last topic in introduction, CTS. CTS stands for Common. CTS stands for Common Type System. Common type. Type means data types. Common data types, because .NET is supporting for multi-languages. So C#.NET data types will be different. VB.NET data types are different. Due to that reason, for all .NET languages, Microsoft has given a common data types that is part of CTS. This will give you the clarity at the time of once we started C#.NET, at the time of discussing a topic called data types. There I'll give you the clarity about CTS. So up to that, just observe, remember that common type system. That's it. So this is about up to here we have gone through the complete introduction classes. Now tomorrow onwards, we are going to entering into our C#.NET language. C#.NET language. So don't miss a single class. You will miss, you can't understand next class. I'm sure about that. And whatever introduction classes we attended till the time, I'll try to upload into recordings into, and one of required people, I'll send the recordings. I'll share to the recordings for required people. Yes, what are the topics you are missing? Just send me the mail. I'll send you according to that. Next assignment for you, and you are not regular regarding assignment. I observed very clearly. Just I'm not talking anything. Let me check how many days you will not do the assignments. I'll check 2 to 3 days and I'll remove from the list. Okay. Now task 1, task 2. Task 1 is, yes, explain about console application. Second task is CLR architecture, and third task is CLS, and prepare all these 3 topics with handwritten notes, scanned copy, send it to me before you are going to bed today. Okay, these 3 tasks I am giving for today. Tomorrow onwards your programming is going to start. All of you guys try to get login before 5 minutes and don't come late, because once you leave for 5 minutes you can't understand the concept. Thank you very much. We'll meet tomorrow. Bye bye to all. And one more thing, guys, any